Okay, so we are ready to get started. This video might be a little bit fast because I am running a little bit behind schedule. Brows are done. They're a little bit more dramatic than usual, but that is because I'm going for a dramatic look. And my lips are primed. I used the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to prime them. Now, for eyeshadow palette, today I'm going in with the Nubia by Juvia's Place. And it's this really gorgeous warm tone palette. This is my first time actually trying Juvia's Place eyeshadows. I've never tried them before, so I'm really excited to do so. I'm going to start off with this shade right here. It's like a really pretty orangey brown, and this is going to be our transition. And I'm going to put this in my crease from inner corner to outer corner and really blow it up because, again, this is going to be our transition shade. Holy guacamole, that is super duper pigmented. Wow. I'm gonna go in with this shade right over here. It's like a really nice vanilla shade. It has a little bit of shimmer, but not too much. And I'm going to put this in my brow bone as my brow bone highlight. I'm going to go in with the shade right next to the transition shade. So it's going to be a little bit warmer, and I'm going to concentrate this color just a little bit lower in my crease. I want it, again, just as pigmented in the inner corner as it is in the outer corner. So I'm going to go ahead and blow it in that crease area. Next, I'm going to go into this brown shade right over here. It's a little bit warmer. It's a little bit darker. And again, I'm going to keep this in the crease, but keeping it a little bit lower than the first two shades. I'm going to concentrate this color first in the outer corner and then blend it in towards the inner corner. I'm going to take the previous blending brush and I'm going to just blend the edges to make sure that everything is nice and seamless. I'm going to go into the dark brown that's in the palette, and I'm going to put this in the outer corner of the eye, and I'm going to run it in the lash line to create kind of like a smoky effect. So I'm first going to place it right here in the outer corner, and then I'm going to run it in the lash line. I'm going to go back in with the previous blending brush and a little bit more of the chocolate brown, and I'm just going to run this in the crease to again make sure that everything is really nice and blended. I'm going to take a little bit of this shimmery pinky champagne-y shade, and I am going to apply this to the lid, but very little. I don't want a ton of color. I just want like a little wash of this shade. So right here in the inner corner. I'm going to go back in with that dark brown shade, and I'm going to re-intensify the lash line. I'm going to go ahead and take a makeup wipe, and I am just going to wipe off any of the excess fallout to make sure that everything is nice and clean before we go in with our base. Okay, so moving on to priming the skin. For whenever I have a special event, this is a primer that I always go for. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I love this primer. It makes my skin look so freaking good. So I am just going to apply this all over the skin. Since this is a special events makeup, I'm going to go in with two foundations. I'm going to mix them in to get my perfect combo. I'm first going to go in with the Hourglass. This is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I am in the shade Warm Ivory. And then I'm going to mix in the Dior Forever Skin Foundation. This combination I learned from Jaclyn Hill, and oh my god, it does make the skin look really flawless. That's why I like it more for events rather than when I'm just, you know, hanging out at my house on Monday morning. So I just save it for special events. I'm going to be blending it in using the JH03 brush. Woo! We are covered. I'm going to go in with concealer next. I'm taking the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. I'm going to be using two concealers today as well. I'm first going to go in with Custard because it's a little bit closer to my skin tone, and then we'll go in with a lighter concealer. So I'm going to apply Custard right here under the eyes. I'm going to take my Little Beauty blender, and I am just going to blend this into the skin. Now, I do want to add just a tiny bit more brightness, so I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. This is in the shade Fair. It's really light, so I'm just going to apply a little bit right here in the hollows of the eyes. I'm also gonna do down the bridge of the nose and forehead, Cupid's bow and chin, and right here. Okay, so it is time to set everything into place so that nothing moves. I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm gonna take my little sponge once again. I'm gonna dust off the excess, and I'm going to set the under eyes. I'm also gonna bring this on the sides of the nose to make sure we have no creasing. And now I'm gonna go into my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in shade number 2, this one right here. And I'm gonna go in with my beauty sponge, and I am just going to take about that much, dust it on the back of my hand, and set the rest of the skin. Alrighty guys, so the video has to turn into a voiceover because Lawrence got home from work and he was way too hype. I couldn't hear myself. So I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose, and then I'm going to apply a little bit of translucent powder on the sides just to further contour and clean everything up. I'm going to take this medium tone shadow and I'm going to smoke it out in the lower lash line, and then I'm going to take the second shadow that we use in the crease and I'm going to further smoke it out in the lower lashes. I'm going to line my waterline using a nude/white pencil, and I'm going to take some of that super dark brown and I'm only going to apply it to the outer corner. I'm taking the brush and I'm going to wipe off all of that bakage from the nose, the under eyes, any extra powder that you might have lingering around. And now I'm going to take that shimmery white shade and I'm going to apply this to my inner corner as my inner corner highlight. And of course, don't forget to apply some mascara to your bottom and top lashes. Moving on to bronzer, I'm going in with MAC Give Me Sun. Such an oldie but still such a goodie. This is my go-to event bronzer because it just makes everything look so bronzy and beautiful, and I just love the color. I'm applying that on the hollows of the cheeks, and I'm also applying that in the forehead. I'm going to take my Kevyn Aucoin contouring book. I'm going to take medium sculpt, and I'm only going to apply this to the outer portions of my cheek. And then I'm going to go back in with my translucent powder, and I'm going to clean that area up to make sure that the cheeks look really nice and chiseled. And just in case you took that contour just a little bit lower, this is going to help you clean everything up. I'm going to take a mauve pinky blush. Any blush will be just fine. And I'm going to apply it to the apples of the cheek and move it back. And I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm just going to buff in that powder that we have from the bakage. And I'm just going to buff my whole entire skin pretty much so that everything looks really nice and flawless. I'm going to do a coat of my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, just to make sure that those powders really melt into the skin before we go in with highlight. It makes a huge difference if you go in with a layer of setting mist first, of makeup setting mist. Now for highlight, I'm going in with the Amrezy highlight by Anastasia Beverly Hills in collaboration with Amrezy, and I'm going to apply that to the tops of the cheekbones, tip of the nose, down the bridge of the nose, and of course on the Cupid's bow. Moving on to lips, I'm going to be doing my favorite lip combination, and I have to give total props to Kelsey Kinsman because she shared this in her IG, and I went and I bought every single product and I am obsessed. So I'm first going to line my lips using the NYX lip pencil in Beyond Nude, and then I'm going to fill in my lips using the Morphe lipstick in the shade Honey, and then I'm going to top it off with the Morphe gloss in Flower Crown, and it is the most beautiful nude lip. I'm going to add another set of setting spray, another round, and that is it, you guys. This is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. I love you, and I'll see you very, very soon with a brand new video. Bye.